Back from the dead.
Hey, I'm Sam, and welcome to another money making method with zero requirements. A method which you can even use on a completely fresh account. In both this and the previous videos about zero requirement money making methods, I've done this on a fresh account too. In case you want to check out those previous money making methods after this video, I'll be leaving the links in the description for you.
The countdown has just begun. Are you ready? Let's go,
Now we're back from the dead.
Now it's completely possible to start off this money making method with just selling what you get straight off of Tutorial Island and go from there on a completely fresh account. I would however recommend for you to start out with around 50k cash if you have the possibility. Alright, so what you're going to be doing is buying regular cowhides from the Grand Exchange, turning them into leather and selling them back for a pretty good and consistent profit. Starting off, if you're only going with what you get straight off of Tutorial Island and selling that to the GE, you will end up with about 1000 coins. As you can see in the clip rolling in the background right now, I ended up with 961 coins. The clip is from my first video about zero requirement money making methods, as that's when I actually made the account and went and made money with it right away. But that's all in the description if you're curious as always. Now for those 1000 coins you can only get about 10 cowhides, which is why I recommend starting off with at least around 50k or so, because otherwise you have to run back and forth to the Grand Exchange an awful lot in the beginning, before you get your cash stack up to a decent amount. That can be a huge waste of time and it's all solved by simply starting out with around 50k or so. When buying your cowhides, make sure you have at least as many coins left as the amount of cowhides you've bought. So if you bought 500 cowhides, make sure you still have at least 500 coins. Now when you've bought your cowhides, assuming you don't have any teleports, you need to run down to the tanner Ellis located in Al-Kharid. The easiest running path is just going southeast to the northern desert and then going straight south down to Ellis. I'll put up the exact running path in the video as well, so you can take a look. Now once you're down in Al-Kharid by Ellis the tanner, with your cowhides either in your inventory or the bank, all you need to do is go to the bank of Al-Kharid very near Ellis. Put as many coins in your inventory as the amount of cowhides that you bought and fill the remaining 27 slots with cowhides. Go to Ellis and he will turn those cowhides into tanned cowhides or leather for you, for a fee of 1 coins per cowhide. This is why you need to save as many coins as you buy cowhides, by the way. If you want, you can also do this to make hard leather, which can be more profitable depending on the current leather and hard leather prices. This requires 3 coins instead of 1 per hide however, so keep that in mind. If you remember, you can even do this with dragonhides, which can be even more profitable, going up to around 500,000 and sometimes even close to 800k depending on current prices. However, now that you're done tanning your cowhides into leather, just run back to the Al-Kharid bank and switch them out for untanned cowhides and tan those too. Repeat this process until all your cowhides are tanned and then you can sell them back to the Grand Exchange for a good profit. Alright, so that's the process you'll go about to make the money. But in order to decide a money per hour rate for this method, I'm going to time myself tanning 1 inventory of cowhides to be able to calculate how many it will be possible to do per hour. From that number we can then see what the maximum profit per hour using this method will be. Alright, let's do it. As you can see, it's perfectly possible to do an inventory in around 24 seconds, or at least 2 inventories per minute. It's probably possible to do around 3 inventories per minute, but considering run energy running out unless you have a high agility level and a graceful set, and most people probably not wanting to put 100% focus into doing it, 2 inventories seems like a lot more of a reasonable average estimate. So, assuming the player is tanning about 2 inventories per minute, that's 120 inventories per hour. But again, considering that most people probably don't have a decent agility level and will run out of energy, especially if you're doing this as free to play and the graceful set is also out of the equation, it's quite hard to keep up the speed, as well as maybe not being, again, 100% focused all the time, and doing this a bit lazily. 120 inventories probably is a bit of a far stretch, so let's say 100. Now let's take a quick look at the current prices of the cowhides and tanned leather. As of making this video, we can see that the price of the cowhides lie around 105 to 110 coins. So let's call it 110. As for the leather, the price currently sits quite firmly around 150, so we're now making at least 40 coins of profit per 10th hide. As we're making 100 inventories of 27 hides per hour, that means we're getting 2700 multiplied by 40 coins of profit per hour, about 108,000 coins. That's not too bad, but this is for the very low end of the scale, which you'll be making if you're pretty much starting out on a fresh free-to-play account with around 100k in starting cash or less. If you have a set of Graceful, a decent agility level, and you put your mind to it rather than giving yourself some slack, this could easily amount to around 150k per hour or even close to 200k. Or maybe even a bit more if you buy your cowhides at a bit lower price and sell the leather for a bit higher, not to mention the potential profit if we were to switch out the regular cowhides for dragonhides. But nonetheless, we can definitely say that no matter what, you can make at least 100k per hour using this method. And considering the requirements for doing this method being absolutely nothing at all, that money per hour rate, it's not too bad. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below. If you have any questions, anything was unclear, or maybe I missed something, feel free to comment that as well, or just send me a message and I'll get back to you.